Hey there guys, and welcome to another Factorio Friday Facts discussion number 263, Trains and Blueprints, and unfortunately Scarfo is unable to join us today as well. Some stuff going on with family for him, but this one is really good. So we have the ability now in 17 going to be able to put blueprints in trains, put trains in blueprints. And there already is a mod that does this, but having it natively in the game would be awesome. So let's go ahead and start reading through. So building trains again and again might be a daunting task, especially when you start making a lot of mining outposts, artillery supply trains with filter cargo slots, etc. So I decided that we should extend blueprints to work with the trains as well. The first condition was that trains are only selected when you explicitly allow it in the checkbox, so they don't get in your way when building rail setups. I think this is really nice. The mod, to my knowledge, does not have this ability, so it can be a little annoying, but having this checkbox be able to do that is really nice. So you can see that there. Checking the button allows the train that was there to be put into the blueprint, similar to the way tiles work. For the sake of simplicity, we decided that once there is any rail in the blueprint, the train in it will be always buildable as a ghost, obviously, even if there are not rails to support the train at the moment. The train ghost will simply stay there and won't be buildable until rails are placed under it in a way so it can be placed. So you can see here's the blueprint. They kind of show a nice little GIF of this and show it placing just like that. If I remove the rails from under the blueprint, I get a second type of rail blueprint. In this case, all the parts of need to have rails to support it. This is mainly needed as without rails, there's no rail grid force, so we should make sure the train ghost won't be created in some wrong position. So you can see here, you can just place it without the rail if there's already a rail down like this. And he adds that the small touch here is the blueprint also contains a schedule, which is really, really nice. That's like, I'd say that's definitely one of the main reasons I want a train blueprint, be able to blueprint trains. I mean, obviously not being, having to build them by hand is nice too. But so with a little bit of improvisation, I can optimize the mine building a lot in the late game. I create a blueprint of a mine train station. The stop will be called Iron Ore Mine X. Both the trains in the blueprint will have the Iron Ore Mine X to iron smelting schedule setup. Once I build the blueprint, I just rename the Iron Ore Mine X to whatever I want, Mine 12 for example, and the train schedule are updated as well, so I'm almost ready to go. As you can see here, and we'll watch this in full. So he places that down, boom, all the trains go down, the schedules are there, awesome. The last tweak I'm considering is to allow blueprints to contain the fuel insertion info, similar to how they contain the module insertion info for assembling machines now. And I think that would be great. The mod currently allows that. I think it would be awesome to be able to have that in the base game as well. Because then, if you do have fuel on you and bots, you don't have to manually go place it all in. The bots can go do it, which would be fantastic. I think bots can do that. Maybe not. They should be able to, right? So now we move on to upgrade planner tweaks. So when they showed it, the upgrade planner was a prototype ready, but playtesting uncovered various kinds of missing tweaks. And as always, the real usability is in the details. Especially since the mod already solves most of these issues, we have to at least be as good as the mod. First problem was, with underground belts, with the naive approach of just upgrading entities that are selected, it happened quite a lot that I upgraded some belt area, but I didn't notice that some of the underground belts have only one side marked for upgrade, so the belts got disconnected when the upgrade is executed. As you can see here, red belt and then yellow belt. This was usually discovered half an hour later when I was investigating the region of some sort of factory not producing. When it happened a few times in a row, it was quite annoying, so the fix was to make sure that the upgrade planner always upgrades connected underground belts in pairs if possible. As you can see there, which is really nice. I think the mod does it that way. I'm not sure, but either way, this is really nice to have it work this way. Part of the tweak is that the robot upgrades both parts of the underground belt as one action, so that items that are flowing underground don't have to be touched, which is super important, for sure. The next thing we wanted was to try to not only upgrade entities, but also their content. So you can Now, specify module upgrades in the upgrade planner as well. Please note that the upgrade planner UI is a work in progress, and this part hasn't gone through their polishing. So this is really cool that you can do modules as well. It's kind of like the module inserter mod then at this point, which is really, really nice. Another feature is to be able to upgrade the blueprints with the upgrade planner. The upgrade planner mod could do it as well, but we will be able to integrate it better with our GUI better. So yeah, you can now upgrade blueprints. It looks like upgrade planner here to upgrade items and entities in the blueprint, which is really cool. You can immediately see that another tweak might be to also upgrade the blueprint icons as well, which would be super nice. My thanks goes to Galibert, who created the original pull requests of this feature. Giving source access to strangers sometimes helps us in our seeding, who fixed the technical problems and added the tweaks mentioned earlier. So this is really cool. The trains being able to be blueprinted is fantastic. I was kind of hoping they would add this in at some point. And then also the upgrade planner in general is really nice to have in the base game, and these other tweaks is super good as well. Especially the modules. I've wanted some way to do like this with modules for a very long time. So finalizing features in latency state. It's been quite a long time since we described our latency hiding system. Last time was in Friday Facts 83. That's a really long time ago, almost 200 ago, I think. We have had to make a tough choice whether to incorporate a new interaction feature into the latency hiding or not, as we developed it. With undo, it was kind of implied that it needs to be incorporated in the latency state system, since you need accurate instant feedback of what you undo it, especially when you are undoing a few things in a row and you don't want to do more steps by accident because of the multiplayer delay. Since there are more and more things in the latency state and they need to interact with each other in a reasonable way, the amount of possible cases starts to grow, so we have to make sure that the corner cases were covered by tests more than in other areas. Let me present you a simple case of what you see compared to what is actually happening in latency state under the hood. This is a simple thing. So start, furnace build, mark for deconstruction, undone. All right, this is doing the undo feature. But when you play a multiplayer, it might easily happen that after the last undo step, not even the first command to build the actual furnace is in the game. Yeah, as multiplayer latency might be too big, but as a local simulate state must act as it all was done instantly, it needs to solve different kinds of situations. So what you see, and then what's the actual game state. So start, they're the same. Fake furnace created, nothing yet for the actual game state. Fake furnace is created, fake mark for deconstruction, nothing yet. Fake furnace, fake mark for deconstruction, fake undo, nothing happened. And then now real furnace, fake mark for deconstruction, furnace built in game state. Real furnace, fake mark for deconstruction, undone, furnace mark for deconstruction in game state. What you see is what you get, furnace mark for deconstruction, undone in game state. Which is really interesting, because yeah, there's a lot going on under the hood and behind the scenes for this that you wouldn't really ever know about just by looking at it. Doing all these kinds of cases right makes a big difference between prototype ready and release ready. With the undo feature itself, I added 42 different tests and I'm not completely finished. That's a lot. That's definitely a lot. So it's definitely good they're taking this into consideration, because like you said, it could be really annoying, if you're in multiplayer and there's a delay. There's almost always a bit of a delay in multiplayer, and you go to undo something, but since there's a delay, then it would be undone too much or whatever. The latency hiding thing here is really nice for that. But there you go, guys. That's a Friday Facts. Really good one. I really am really happy about having the ability to blueprint trains and the upgrade planner, which is fantastic. And then obviously latency hiding stuff as well. So there we go. It looks like they're making some progress, which is always good news. Super exciting features. And I think that's going to do it. Hopefully Scarhook can join us next week, and it'll be some more good stuff. But until then, guys, leave your thoughts below, and it's always interesting to see what you guys read. Sometimes I know a lot of times I don't get to respond to many comments in the Friday Facts. There's just so many of them, but I do read almost all of them, and it's just and you guys interact too. So it's just really good to see your thoughts on that. So never hesitate to, or go to the forums here as well. If you have thoughts like for the devs to see and stuff, you can share them on the forums. But that's going to do it. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.